For Women's History Month, we would like to highlight Sarah Armstrong Montgomery, a woman considered to be one of the founders of the women's suffrage movement in California. Sarah traveled overland to California by wagon in 1844 as part of the Murphy-Stephens-Townsend Party. The group finally arrived at Sutter's Fort on March 1st, 1845, after spending a harsh winter at Big Bend near the headwaters of the Yuba River. Her husband, Allan Montgomery, worked as the gunsmith and blacksmith at Sutter's Fort. It was noted in the fort's daily logbook, now known as the New Helvetia Diary, on January 29th, 1846, all the people attended the quilting at Mrs. Montgomery's. It is on this day that Sarah held a quilting party, and this was the first quilting party to exist in California. She used gatherings like this quilting party to discuss with other women issues of the day. Her appearance at Sutter's Fort is also mentioned several times in the diary, which women were seldom mentioned in it at all. While Allan served in the Mexican-American War, Sarah took refuge at Sutter's Fort with many other wives of soldiers. During this time, Eliza Gregson taught Sarah and other women and children to read and write. At the end of the war, Allan Montgomery left Sarah and moved to Hawaii. She remarried Talbot Green, a former member of the Bidwell-Bartleson Party. Sarah was pregnant in 1851 while living in San Francisco, when somebody recognized Talbot Green to actually be Paul Guidez, a former bank clerk who actually stole bank funds and abandoned his family to come to California in 1841. After an obvious annulment, Sarah remarried again in 1854 to Joseph Wallace, a prominent attorney from Santa Clara and later a judge. During their marriage, Joseph supported Sarah's progressive views as she joined like-minded women to support for women's suffrage. Joseph was later elected to the California State Senate. Sarah became the first president of the California Women's Suffrage Association in 1870, and successfully lobbied for a bill allowing women to practice law in California. While Elizabeth Cady Stanton was touring the West Coast, she spoke at Sarah's home in Mayfield in what is today Palo Alto. Sarah's prominence also led to Susan B. Anthony and President Ulysses S. Grant to meet her at her home. After her husband's death, Sarah continued to support women's rights at the local level. She moved to Los Gatos, where she died on January 11th, 1905. Sarah's son, Talbot H. Green Wallace, served as the California State Librarian from 1882 to 1890. Sarah Armstrong Montgomery Green Wallace helped blaze the trail for women's rights in California, where women will gain the right to vote 6 years after her death. Her home in Palo Alto is California Registered Historical Landmark number 969, and no photograph or portrait is known to exist of her.